Well, folks, it's obviously a very terrible scenario. If you see, it's really, really terrible. If you see how this food court looks at this point, folks, you know, all these people, the Apollo Pharmacy, the Mojo Pizza, and all the things over here. Folks, we know for sure that a movie like Jurassic Park, can't be shot over here. It can never, you know, obviously a great deal of difficulty. There's also another lobby. Another type of difficulty, folks, which we have obviously is that, inside that particular food court, which we witnessed, just about a minute ago, folks, I mean, people find it like, absolutely useless, but folks, that particular place, even though that seems to be like very, very vacant, you know, there can be some element of sentiment, folks, which can be like, which devolves, into the surroundings. It's like, it's like an element in a way, folks, which let's say it doesn't have any physical composition, like we have in physical composition. A beautiful girl, has a body. A male has a body, but folks, a vibe or a thought, does not have a body, right? It doesn't have any particular physical composition. But folks, if you go there to that particular cafeteria over there, the thing which happens is that uh, you can basically get some sort of imaginative instances in your mind, trying to streamline as to what, and not trying to streamline, but you can basically predict, or uh, you can simply try to ballpark, or simply like imaginatively analyze, as to what all things could have possibly happened over there. Maybe a guy, proposed a beautiful girl over there. Maybe an engineer, spoke to her fellow engineer friends, about a startup project, which he wanted to get approved. Maybe a general manager who was hitting on another general manager from a different company, discussed that with one of his friends, and then that was the evening, while he proposed that beautiful manager, and that manager married him later, after a few years. There can be other things, there can be a beautiful, there can be a great individual like. There can be a great individual like Sumit Menda, from eClerks, and Cindy Gentleman, who in fact spent some time over there in that particular place, uh, who is basically maybe wondering about his life or something like that. And if you see that in the way, folks, it seems to be that you get imaginative instances of many things, or rather many eventualities, while you happen to be in that particular cafeteria, like we were trying to say. Folks, about the story of that absolutely beautiful, tall and voluptuous girl, who was a Cindy girl. I mean, that girl, who was, let's say, visiting the entire cafeteria along with her gorgeously beautiful mother, and both of those females are in fact, trying to wonder as to what is over there. It's the innocence, or it's basically the degree of inability to understand things of beautiful women, which makes them even more cute, or which makes them to be even more adorable. If a woman, who sees, if an extremely beautiful woman, is trying to understand something, said, "Oh no, I mean, I don't know. Well, I'm not sure who is the manager of Larsen Toubro. Uh, how many floors is that Larsen Toubro building? I'm not sure whether Katrina Kaif, whether did she actually come to that place or no. This is like in motorcade look.